Good morning, Brandon Hardison. How are you doing this morning? Hey, today we want to touch on a couple of things over a few sessions because we see it exploding, especially since the virus situation. Speakers who are in front of the room, usually playing off of an audience because they can naturally see, make them laugh, all of those things have pretty much gone away for right now. So, this device that we're looking at now is the only way for people to tell their story, if you will. Content is always going to be king, but anybody thinks that they can do it. And no one says that it's like climbing Mount Rushmore, but there's some basics we must adhere to when we're delivering some type of content to people using this medium. Content is always going to be king. But how we do it, those basics do not go away. I don't care if you belong to a state bureau of speaking, if you belong to the National Speakers Association, or maybe your friends, family members, people at work said, you're good at this. But just wanted to remind you of just a few things. When we're talking about public speaking, there's still some basics that have to be there. Eye contact, whether it's in a live audience or whether it's using this device that we're using now, people have a tough time of keeping their eyes on the screen, which may throw your audience off because they're wondering if you're looking for some information or if you're confused or if you lost your notes. So we'll talk about those things. Enunciation. Now, no one said they had to have a debate class. It would have been great if you'd taken that, or journalism. And giving the way the words sound across to the audience, or your punctuation of how you're going to do it, is also important. Because since it's live, people can't run it back and they're wondering right then what's going on. What are you trying to say? Did I hear you? And you never want your people confused. Now, once again, we're just talking about some of the basic things if you want to survive using these new technology. There's something also that we call in the industry paralanguaging. Your tonality, how loud, soft, when do you put certain inflections into something? Naturally, nonverbals. Body language can do a lot. If you've ever watched your favorite comedians or politicians, there's a way that the body language can emphasize what you're trying to point out to your audience or maybe confuse them a little bit. And don't forget about gestures and movement. If you're really attentive or if you really do not care about someone's response, people are watching. This is the only way that they can do this. So, just some quick tips that I'm giving you now. We'll drill down to it, but I will say this: practice. People always get on my little buddy from Hampton Roads, Virginia, Allen Iverson, who went on to become a professional basketball player and was one of the best during his era playing for the Philadelphia 76ers. But something went viral where he just talked about practice. All it is practice. Practice separates the average person from the person who really sees that vision. Not that they're doing anything different, but they're taking that extra time to put in the work so they sound a lot better. So, over the next few sessions, we're going to talk about how to improve your network. But the key thing, you can always sound, look great. But if there is no content, if you have no story that separates you from everyone else, it's all worthless. Content is still the gorilla that's in the room. Now, how you deliver it, if the story is important, how you're set with the coffee mugs, that can be worked out all later. But when it comes to speaking delivery, trying to get that content across to that audience using this medium and trying to get paid for it is a different story nowadays. We just see too many people on here that are probably nice people, but they just need a little bit more practice. So if some of this makes sense to you, we'll continue it again on the next session. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies. Go out and make it a champion day.